Lights.
You're on mute, guys. Coleman, Soul, we do this every week. Someday we'll get it perfect. All right, get us rolling, Michelle.
Lights.
Camera, action.
Oh yeah, it must be Wednesday because it's BSA Live and I'm teacher Tony. I'm excited to have you guys back. We have some really cool guests. We were actually in a post-editing session and I kind of hijacked them. They were on our stage here doing some edits there in Detroit. Let's say hi to Robert. I call him Rob Wax. He used to be the lead singer. He is the lead singer of a band that I used to be the drummer in. Let's say hi to Rob. You're on mute right now. I want to say hi to you. How you doing? Let's get you unmuted.
Great. Thank you.
What are you working on right now? I know you're a musician. I know you're probably going to get in the Guinness Book of World Records for the band that's been together the longest. How many years have you been in that band, Crashing Cairo?
Different iterations for a long time.
Yeah, about 3 decades, maybe.
Long time.
Yeah, long time. Well, one of those iterations, I was actually your drummer, so I enjoyed the process. So now you're a director, writer, actor, producer, extraordinaire, financier, and you're getting into post-production. What's your experience been like on this project?
Well, awesome. Ron here has been helping out a ton with the editing. He's amazing. We filmed a lot of it in the spring, and now we've been in post just trying to tweak this pilot and get it ready for sale. So
well, we're happy to have you here at BSA Live. Let's say hi to your editor, Ron. How are you, sir? I know you work at the local news station in Detroit, or what's the backstory on you?
I've been working in local news for 22 years. I was a director, TD, graphic designer, and a live truck operator in Lansing for 6 years. And I went to the Discovery Channel. So that was a big boon for me because I met a lot of contacts. I'll do a lot of networking. I just flew to LA for the first time 2 weeks ago because of contacts there. A producer I worked with at the History Channel has a gig we're working on, and I'm really excited about a bunch of NDAs, so I can't share anything, and I'm really bummed. It's one of my favorite projects I've done so far. So as soon as I can talk about that, I'm going to be telling everybody. That was a lot of cool. And it was because I worked there, but because of the Discovery Channel gig, I got to Channel 4, which is where I'm at now. So and got a hold of Rob because I'm friends with some of the actors in Deck, the thing we're working on, and it's been great. I'm really inspired by it. I think it's got a lot of potential, a lot of legs. So love helping them out on it. It's been a lot of fun.
Well, you're very fast in the post room. So anybody watching this show, and a lot of people do, there's a great editor for you. So a little shout out to Ron.
Hit me up.
Great director, writer, actor. If you guys want to hire him here in Hollywood or anywhere in the world, check out Rob Wax and check out his band Crashing Cairo. Glad to have you guys, our celebrity guests today. So speaking of Michigan, where I'm from, and I know Michelle loves this so much, Dom, who's sometimes Minnesota, sometimes Michigan. He's my stage director and my actor. He's my comedic relief. We're working on our Jim Carrey, Farley, Belushi kind of characters with Dom. How you doing, Dom?
Nice. I am doing supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I'm going up to the best place in the world, Michigan, the UP.
Hey, Dom.
Friday.
Dom, what part? What part of where do you live? I'm over here.
I'm up on the very top part. You were right on the Wisconsin border.
You're up there.
20 minutes from Lake Superior. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're glad to have you here, Dom. He creates so many fun things. We've got some fun little effects that he's adding. We've got a new show tomorrow called the World Acting Academy Live, and we add some fun stuff. So you guys, we do our SNL kind of skits over there. We call it WAA Live. So let's go to Seoul, and let's go to a good friend of mine, Coleman. We're really happy those two guys are in Virginia together, and they've been working on a project. I know Seoul's working on something about going to Africa, and Coleman's a musician, and he's working on, I'm hoping, his next album. But let's say hi to you two.
What's up, guys? Good to be with everybody once again. Tony, thanks for having us on. Yeah, I'm a actor, musician, producer, entertainer as a whole. And I'm the next generation of Swamis as well. So I studied under a monk from the Himalayas. And I got initiated into that lineage. And I'm here to bring conscious entertainment as a way to help bring that energy of what I studied and meditated through of healing and consciousness, as well as positive, pure entertainment.
We love it. We love it. You're going to Africa to discover the roots of a common connection, which is music. Tell us a little about your journey.
So I've got a project. So we've gotten several offers on it so far. We're still like literally the last week of pre-production. I know I said that a lot, but our press kit will be done. Our designers in Brazil right now finishing it up, finalizing the last 2 pages, then we'll be done. I know you've seen the sizzle reel, and so we'll share that trailer. Once we wrap pre-production. But basically, it's the Anthony Bourdain, but of music. So I'm going to continental Africa to share the roots of the motherland with the common thread that the ancient song echoing through modern times is able to be seen and recognized when it's shown in a capacity that isn't just the misconceptions of mud huts and extreme impoverishment and things like this. So I'll be doing interviews with local celebrities, local cultural leaders, musicians, and at the end of every country, I'll be playing a song with a band or a local celebrity and, creating a bonding link that will help to connect us all over the world, especially in the Western world.
I love it. I love it. So we're going to see Africa like we've never seen it before.
Like you've never seen it before. That's right.
All right. Coleman, how you doing, Coleman? Good friends with Soul. What's going on in your world?
Doing great. Just trying to get my housing together. Had to look for a house today, but what's going on is just kind of getting that straight. Working on writing with Soul on kind of like a high school comedy about 2 guys that make a bet.
Yeah.
Who can start drinking the most, and all the shenanigans that they get into throughout the year, trying to outdo each other, all that stuff. And I write guitar parts, lyrics, drums, bass, and really need to get some recording equipment to make the process easier, so I stop driving myself crazy with all these intricate parts and stuff that I need to get out.
Definitely an artist. Well, keep creating. That's the solution. And if you want to know how to be happy, you got to give it away. We can't keep our happiness. We got to give it away. So glad to have the 2 of you guys together. Let's go to Jermeil. How are you, sir? One of my actors from Van Academy of Motion Picture and Television Acting that actually went off and got booked in a movie that I produced called Sinbad the Fifth Voyage, and he was one of the stars, and it traveled the globe. And how you been?
I've been great, actually. Thank you for asking. It's good to be here, as always, to see you guys. Excuse me. But yeah, actually, did you see Sinbad released a director's cut? It's releasing on Prime Video, so that's really exciting. You get to see me again, this time on Amazon Prime. And just, I'm really excited. One of the reasons why I wanted to link up with you today was I just made it to the final 32 in this 3rd annual actors competition, where we do 5 rounds, I believe. The first round is comedy. Well, the initial one to get out of the 64, we picked one of our monologues, and I actually went gutsy and ballsy and did one that I'm not used to, and that was going to leave me very vulnerable. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Why Don't You Love Me, Will Smith. And I'll send that over to you, but they loved it, sent me the email immediately. I made it to the 32, and then the first round of the 32 for comedy monologue starts September 1st. So
I love it. And you and I worked on that Will Smith monologue together a little bit.
We did. Yes, we did.
Yeah, so we're good.
Yeah.
That pays off. Well, I just got a couple more calls from some students that are on tomorrow's AA-Live, and they said some of the scenes that we're working on are getting them calls. And I think Michele even has got some cool stuff. So thanks for coming in last minute. A lot of you guys, I kind of just threw in last minute. Ron and Robert, you guys didn't know what you got yourself into, but it'll be short. Same thing, Jermeil. But Michele, how you doing, Michele? You were on set yesterday.
I was
Watch your headroom. Let's make sure we do our framing. We have to do our own camera work.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
I was working on a local commercial here in Albuquerque for a dojo. So yeah, did a little worn myself out, but you know.
Yeah, well, we won't push you too hard today. It's going to be a really light day for us. The reason I do this every week is because we do have producers, directors, writers, actors in Hollywood looking for their next level of talent, and they're actually cherry picking out of our class. So you guys, when you show up, you guys get an opportunity to be in front of some big time producers. We got a couple directors and editors and writers on today, as a matter of fact. So you never know if they're going to like your work. Let's go to Kevin Gallagher. Also some more of my comedic relief. I love having him on the show. He and I went to school together. I was not his teacher, but we were classmates at Van Mar as well. So how you doing, sir?
Hey, Tony. You were my teacher for a very brief time.
Ah,
I was in a class of yours.
okay.
Yeah, for a little while. Jermeil, I haven't seen you in years, man. It's been
Kevin,
a
and you
long
stayed in
time.
touch the whole time. Oh my God, how you doing? I want to hug you.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So yeah, Michelle went to Van Mar as well. Jermeil went, Kevin went, I went, and that's it. We're old timers. Well, you guys, I'm very happy. I'm Tony. They used to call me London Anthony at Van Mar. Most of you guys know me that way. If you look me up on IMDb, you can see I've acted in a couple things over the years. I think I got 250 something IMDb credits, and we're here gonna put Robert on the map. So we're gonna get him exposed to Hollywood with this new short he's working on, and hopefully it becomes a TV series, and we're hoping it's going to be a big hit. You guys will support him in that. Maybe start out on Sci-Fi and end up on Netflix, who knows, or maybe just go straight to HBO. We'll see, but it's coming together. So we're going to do some work today. Anybody have scenes, monologues, jokes, anything that you guys have been working on? Kevin, you got anything today?
I can do a cold read.
That'd be great. Be great. Jermeil, do you want to do that Will Smith thing, or at least show a video of it? You can send the link to Dom.
Oh, I can. I mean, I'll give you guys the choice. I can either perform it live or I can send you
Live's
the video.
better. Live's always better. If you
Live's
can.
better.
Okay.
Okay.
Dom's got the mandolin. Sol and Coleman were told to have some jokes. You guys are going to be my comedic relief. You guys are my on the Muppet Show, the two old men, the critics up there. That's who you guys are today.
All right, we'll play it out.
Yeah. So make sure you guys have some jokes ready. And Michelle, you have any work? It's okay if you
There we
don't.
go. No, I think I'm good today.
Okay.
As we talked about before.
Yeah, totally understandable, but you can learn a lot. You can learn a lot.
Yes, which is why I'm here.
Well, I love it. I love it. All right, Coleman. I have a friend named Cole, by the way, but Coleman, tell me something funny.
So what did the bartender say to Ariel in Times New Roman when they walked into their bar?
Okay, repeat it one more time.
What did the bartender say when Ariel and Times New Roman walked into their bar?
Anybody know the answer to that? No takers. What's the, you know, Sol?
I may know. I might know. I might have an answer. I have a guess, a solid guess.
What is it?
Nah, I don't know. What is it, Coleman?
He shouted at them, "Get out! I don't serve your type here."
Bada. All right, we'll come back to you guys. Keep working on the jokes. We're in comedy month, so we're going to work on our comedic timing. All right, Dom, why don't you play us a little mandolin song, and then if you can find your harmonica for the rap, I'd love you to rap with a harmonica, but want to play a little mandolin, and we're talking seriously 2 minutes, 120 seconds or less.
Well, how
Hey,
long is
Tony.
the song Bad Moon Rising? Or it's
Yeah.
we have a short group today. I'm going to play the whole song.
No. What? Who said something? Jermeil?
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna go black. I'm gonna set up for the thing. So
You're
I'm
gonna
gonna.
prep. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you. All right. So Dom, what do you got? And let's why don't you put us in one of those rooms for this performance?
Okay, here, let me go ahead. Pick one. I'm going to pick one myself right here.
You can even do the window, the pictures or something. I don't care.
Yeah, I want to have everybody there. Let's do the auditorium.
All right.
I'll go ahead and put myself inside the very front seat. We got
All right.
people all inside here. We'll move Kevin to the top because Kevin is the king, obviously. Now we got, look at that.
All right. Let's space this out, not so close. Let's get some COVID distancing going on.
Ooh, social distance.
6 feet. All right.
There we go. There we go. Space it out a little bit. All right. And put me next to Jermeil right now.
Next to Jermeil, okay. Woo.
All right, there we go. All right, now we got more of a detention.
And Jermeil, because then.
All right, you guys are all in detention right now, and Dom's gonna play us some Breakfast Club music. And take it away.
Have to teach you a thing or two about detention. Oh, I got to turn on my original sound too, so that doesn't cut off on me. There we go. Okay, folks. Oh, strap up.
All right, everyone mute your mics, mute your microphones.
Hey, I'm not the king anymore.
Oh, no, you're not the king. Here we go. I see the bad moon rising. I see trouble on the way. I see the earthquakes and lightning. I see the bad times today. Don't go round tonight. It's time to take your life. There's the bad moon on the rise. I hear the hurricane blowing. I know the end is coming soon. It looks like we're in for nasty weather. Looks like we're in for much rain. Don't go round tonight. It's time to take your life. There's a bad moon on the rise. Don't go round tonight. Time to take your life. There's a bad moon on the rise.
Here for Dom. Woo-hoo. All right, take us back to the normal view. We're just experimenting with these different stages. What we want to ultimately do is use it like a set, and we want to do comedic relief pieces, and we're going to use these digital sets to kind of enhance our performances. So, Dom, thank you for opening up the show. There we go. We're all in picture frames, having some fun here. So, it is comedy month, so we lighten up. So let's go to Jermeil's getting ready. Let's tell us one more joke. Soul, you got a joke for us?
Yeah. I got a joke for y'all tonight.
What you got?
Woo!
All right. What did the math nerd say to the girl that he used to date?
What did the math nerd say to the girl he used to date? Anybody know? Do you know, Coleman?
I don't.
You're my ex, and I'm still trying to figure out why.
Oh, X and Y axis, a math joke. But
Like that.
or how about this? Wah, wah, wah.
Oh.
Okay, Jermeil, that's enough time for you, sir. Let's bring you back in. We're going to get him in, and we're going to put him in the spotlight stage. The spotlight stage. Come on back, Jermeil. And we'll do a couple more of these guys, and then we're gonna. Why don't we show some pictures while Jermeil's getting ready? So let's go to the.
Wonderful.
We show some photos. These are some of the students that I've worked with, some of my teachers since I left Kalamazoo, Michigan with Rob Wax there. These are some of the movies I worked on or currently working on. There's some blood pageants in the movie theaters right now. It's on Amazon Prime. I have a nice little acting role. I produced that. Age to Come, I had one of the starring roles. I produced In the Blink of an Eye. On and on. Humble Pie's coming up. These are just some competitions coming up. We have a show on the air right now called The Nashville's Next Best of Three. It's an American Idol for Country. That's currently in season 1. We just finished. We're starting season 2. We're looking for independent films, shorts, and things to showcase and take over to either HBO, Netflix, or Showtime, etc. Rob's submitting one right now with us. We've got a theater play we auditioned off of this very stage. We cast Zach and Ethan from our stage. They're now in Disney's Beauty and the Beast. We're gonna, I think they're doing it either the end of September or top of October. It'll be live. If you guys are in LA, you can go check that out. Of course, Blood Pageant's right there. You can buy the movie for $9.99 or rent it for $4.99. It's a great movie. You guys should check it out. The Hollywood Review and BSA, these are podcasts. You guys are on one of them now. There's BSA-LIVE. Wealth Builders, I get to interview billionaires and millionaires and try to ask them for money for future shows. So that's how I find my investors, is through my podcast, Wealth Builders. Hollywood Review, I interview a lot of famous celebrities, which you're going to see in a second. And the Parlay, which is kind of an inner city discussion about educating our youth to make sure that they are prepared to go into the future as we leave on this world, which hopefully will be better than we found it, but I'm not quite sure looking at it today if that's going to happen. And here's some of my teachers, famous Sir Anthony Hopkins, a 2-time Academy Award winner, Chachi, Scott Baio, and of course, some great actors that you guys all know from various shows like Ozark and on and on and on. So Eastside Morales. All right, these are some of the magazines we're working on. There's one of my students and his student, Cody Lee, won America's Got Talent last year. He won the $1 million. He's on the spectrum and he's blind, so pretty powerful. He's captured the world, just their heart. We all just love Cody Lee, and he's back on America's Got Talent this season. There's Steven Spielberg with my student that we just announced today. He got a scholarship at a very prestigious college as a director. He took my director's course. There he is with Steven Spielberg when he was doing Ready Player One. There's Izzy with, recognize one of the judges from American Idol or America's Got Talent, I think. And on and on. These are just various students I've had over the years since I left Michigan, Rob. So one of my stars of The Magicians, she's got her face on a bus that drives around here in Hollywood. One of my students won the Next Best Model, Tyra Banks' Next Best Model. We've got Boo Boo Stewart, who was the little Seth in Twilight, X-Men, and now he's one of the stars of Disney Descendants. There's Paris Hilton, my client, who I've DJ'd for 25 years with when she was just a baby with Michael Jackson. And there's Simon with one of our students. And just so, you can see it just goes on and on. We've had a lot of success here at BSA-LIVE. The next one is about child stars and the challenges they have to become adults. And just, I get to interview these people and see what their struggles were as child stars and some of the challenges they had to rise above. And you'll see some more child stars as you keep rolling. There's some other friends of mine that were in some very famous shows that you guys have all heard of. Maybe your parents have heard of it if you haven't, but Happy Days, Different Strokes, A Christmas Story. They're just, the guy that stuck his tongue to the pole, that's him on the right there, little Scotty Schwartz. So a lot of my friends went off to be very, very, very successful, and they share their secrets here on BSA-LIVE. They come here and talk to you guys. And then next is little Ella Grace with Adam Sandler and her brother. She's gone off to get one of the top agents in Hollywood. She's now up for stuff on Disney and Nickelodeon. This guy's the top go-to guy as an agent manager. So really happy with Ella Grace. She's supposed to come back hopefully in September, but she's getting busy. And we're almost done with the slideshow. And there's little Zach, who booked the Disney theater production, and that was a feature film that I actually cast him in. And there's some of our crew getting ready to shoot little Zach there when I think he was, 5 or 6 or something. So just, it works. Doesn't matter how old you are or how young you are. This stuff works. And so a lot of success stories that I'm sharing with you guys. What else do we have? I think we're pretty much done. Oh, this is my typecasting. So all of you guys need to know what your typecast is. I tend to play cops, lawyers, judges, detectives, military, officers, presidents, senators. There's me with Eastside. Please, it just goes on and on. This is what I know books. I book when this is the character I do. So been involved in tons of projects, and it's because you got to know your typecast. And so let's keep rolling here. And that's it. That's a little Photoshop photo showcase, just to let you know some of the stuff I've done and what I'm sharing with you guys was shared with me, and it really does work. All right, we got Jermeil back. He's actually going to do a very powerful piece. So he was getting prepared emotionally, physically, and spiritually. And we're going to give you the spotlight stage now, and you just take it whenever you're ready. All right, whenever you're ready. And we're going to just mute our mics. And this is Jermeil Sanders.
I'm saying, why should I be mad? At least you said goodbye this time, right? I just wish I didn't waste my money buying that stupid ass present. Uncle Phil,
You don't have to worry about them. You know, it's not like I'm 8 years old. And it's not like I'm waking up every night asking my mom when daddy's gonna be home. Who needs him? You know, he didn't teach me how to take my first jump shot. But I still learned, didn't I? And I got pretty damn good at it too, didn't I, Uncle Phil? Yeah, I did. I got through my first heartbreak without him. I learned how to drive. I learned how to shave. I learned how to fight without him. I celebrated 15 wonderful birthdays without him. And he didn't even bother to send me a birthday card. So the hell with him. I didn't need him then. I sure as hell don't need him now. You know something else? I got through college without him. I got a great job without him. I'm gonna marry a beautiful woman. We're gonna have a bunch of beautiful babies. And I'm gonna be a much better father than he ever could be. And I sure as hell don't need him for that. Because there's not a damn thing that he can ever teach me about how to love my kids. Why don't he want me?
All right, let's put our hands together. Go back to the group view. Let's put our hands together. That's what I'm talking about. That's the stuff we do. And if it was easy, we wouldn't get the big bucks. It's gotta hurt. How you feeling, man?
Man, I was ready to wind down, go to bed. I'm all jacked up now. Jesus.
All right, so I mean, I've just watched you grow for so many years, Jermeil. That's why I cashed you in Sinbad, but you keep growing and keep growing. You're always a student because you're adapting. You're not going, I got this. This is it. I mean, I'm really proud. I mean, I know there's a lot more for you in you. I know you got more to give, but I just threw you under the bus and said, just go. And you were ready. And that's what I teach. You never know when the opportunity is going to arise. You always have to be prepared with your monologue. And you were. So I'm going to go to what we call our celebrity judge guests today. And Robert, this is where you get to act like an American Idol judge. And you get to give your 2 cents on what you think you saw as a director, what you might have liked to have seen, or what you hoped he could work on. But this is your opportunity as a judge at BSA-LIVE here to kind of give him your feedback as a professional.
Thank you, Tony.
Let's put them in the 2 spotlights, guys. So Dom, we'll have them, just the 2 of them spotlight. Okay, cool.
So yeah, you know, it was obviously very powerful. You know, I enjoyed the ride, the vocal ride you took us on, right? Kind of like a roller coaster, right? Going up and down and pulling back. You know, in this day and age, you know, sometimes we're casting like this, you know, because of what's been going on around the world with this pandemic, and so it's nice that you're able to stay in frame and then keep that energy going. I've often failed in keeping in front of the camera, and you know, move a little bit too, you know, because when you're standing, it's hard to be conscious of that and stay in character. So I really like that, and I never was taken out of the moment by you trying to frame yourself. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I liked that. I thought that I liked the rise in the voice when you got angry. Your character really came through when that growl occurred, and I thought that was really powerful. You know, I didn't know how I felt when you squared up and looked right at the camera. I didn't know if I liked that or not. because there was a moment that I felt like I was watching a movie or watching TV, and it felt very real and made me feel a little vulnerable when you're locked in with the camera, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so, you know, part of me felt like that made it more engaging. You know what I mean? Like, it's an interesting take. I don't know if I would have done that, but I can only tell you how it made me feel, right?
hmm
And so, but I really liked everything that happened, right? But I just thought I'd point that out because
No, absolutely.
when you lock into the camera, it's completely different, you know.
So
You
lock
can
into
tell-
gotcha.
You can tell when I'm talking to you, like, you know, I'm looking at your image, right?
Mhm.
Looking at the camera. Well, what you see then doesn't feel as piercing because I'm looking, you know, I'm looking at your image, not at the camera. But
Yeah.
then if I change and I look straight at the camera, it changes the whole field. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
It does.
It feels much more personal and it feels much more direct, like I'm speaking to you. Now, as a stage actor, I would love that, right? I would love that as a stage actor. Now, if I'm doing television or movie, it might pull me out a little bit. So depending on what you're auditioning for, be thinking about that. That would be what my.
So you're thinking of lock in that like that last line, make that contact, that eye contact, getting your phone.
For me, it was a neat risk and I liked it, you know, because all of a sudden you were breaking that fourth wall and you were kind of peering in, and it made me realize, oh wait, I'm not watching, you know,
Yeah.
a movie or a television show. I'm watching someone audition, and that just got real personal. So for me, I liked it, but I don't know how Tony feels about it, but that's what my eyes saw.
Thank you so much. Those. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Oh,
you,
great.
Robert. I appreciate you giving your wisdom. As a director, you learn a lot, and you know what you're looking for when you got the camera rolling, and so you're giving very wise words to these young actors. Let's go to your editor. Let's get Ron in here. And Ron, you get a watch at actors. And can you talk a little bit about when the continuity's off and how you have to struggle to find a solution? Can you share with them what you witnessed here and then share with them what your struggles might be in post so that they're aware of what continuity is all about? So let's get Ron in real quick.
Hi there. Yeah. Definitely. It's really important. And I want to say again, your performance was excellent. That's a child of the 90s watching television. I mean, that performance from Will is ingrained. I don't know how many people watched as much as maybe we have, but you made it your own, which is nice. You know, that's something that I know very well. That moment in that show was a game changer, especially for Will Smith as an actor. So for you to take that but make it your own was, you know, it's really good. I appreciated that. As an editor, you know, there's the thing that Tony, you brought up earlier today about knowing the rules so that you can break them. You know, Scorsese can kind of be very flippant with continuity, and I think he's kind of very few people I would recommend doing that. I think continuity is very important. I think as a consumer of media, people are very good at catching things that are off, and whether or not your eye line is important. Like, eye line is incredibly important. Like, but playing the scene from different angles, knowing how to play the camera, kind of like how Robert was talking, and keeping that energy up. You know, if you're in an emotional scene and they got to, you know, something happens as far as camera, or there's a retake, or hey, we need to try it from this different angle, keeping that driving performance there so that it can match. You know, it's not necessarily on you, but as an editor, it's wonderful to have that consistency that I know I can go to take 1 and take 11 and you've given the exact same performance. And there's something to be said as a director, you want alternate takes, but for creating continuity and creating that, you know, crossing the line of different variety and camera movements you want, it's nice that the actor is consistent throughout the whole. Like, I love when I've cut something and I know I can rely on, like, oh, that guy's going to give the exact same read on take 7 as he did on take 32. I feel bad for him, but that's where we got, but yeah, no, and everything I saw from you, like Robert Snowed about looking in the camera for a monologue read, that was powerful. And it all depends on the production you're in. But yeah, eyeline's important. It's funny when I see actors, and everyone's got to do it, but you can tell when an actor is aware of their mark and they're moving to their mark. They'll give a little kind of look down and build it into the performance, and that's just kind of a necessary evil. But yeah, I try to work around that as well in things that I've cut. But yeah, continuity is super important. Being aware of what you're doing with your body, how you're holding a cell phone, how you're holding a drink, and if you're committing to eating like a donut in a scene, know that you're gonna have to do that dozens of times depending on the production. And the continuity of where that your drink is at a certain level. There's just lots of stuff that may not necessarily fall on you as an actor to be aware of, but just something to think about. Is consistency. I think as an editor, I love it. So
well, thank you, Ron. We really appreciate you being here. Like I said, I just kind of threw it at you, and you guys will definitely rise into the occasion. So this is my first time working with Ron, and I would definitely recommend him for the projects I'm working on based on the last couple hours I've had with him. He's just he's fast, he's good, he gets it, and I highly recommend him as an editor. So a little shout out for you guys being on here. And a lot of my people in Hollywood watch this, Ron. So you are definitely getting exposed, and you, Robert, to a lot of people. So you guys, thank you for being our celebrity coaches tonight. Jermeil, I got to say the lighting and your background and everything that we've been talking about, getting you ready for auditioning in Zoom boxes like this, phenomenal, spot on. Like you're really listening, absorbing, and growing. And I see you going off doing really, really big things. Just keep doing what you're doing. And now it's all about networking, getting to know people, getting those 5 or 10 people that you meet, and staying in touch with the directors and writers that you meet, because as they grow, you grow. And definitely try as actors, I encourage all actors to be producers, because your hands are in it more and you're more involved, and you're not waiting for your chance to act. You're actually participating. And one of the ancillary prizes is you get an acting role as well, or vice versa. One of the ancillary prizes as an actor is you get a paycheck from a producer's standpoint as well. So it's a win-win on whatever side you choose to approach acting or producing at. I act all the time because I'm a producer, but maybe you're an actor and you act all the time, but you produce because you're an actor. So it depends on which way you meet in the middle, but I encourage you to do both. Everyone, all my actors. It just makes more sense. And if you're in a family, try to get your whole family involved, because guess what? That's 5 paychecks versus 1 paycheck. So keep it. Remember, it's show business. Remember the business of show. So I'll talk more about the business side next month. This is comedy. So Jermeil, stick around with us. I'm very honored to show you off. You made me proud today. So thank you for doing this. Let's Dom, let's go to one of the weird stages and bring our comedic relief in, Soul and Coleman. You guys tell us something funny once we get you in our funny little stages here in our new Zoom rooms. Yes, sir. You can go. All right, here we go. All right, so let's just put the two. Let's just get us out and let's get our little comedians there, maybe in the kitchen or something. We're experimenting with these new backgrounds, guys. So, all right, there we go. Let's
Cooking up some jokes.
get them in the kitchen or something. Get us. All right, we're getting dumped out here. We're getting our comedians put in. And there we go.
Up some jokes.
All right, cook up some jokes, guys.
How do you drown a hipster?
How do you drown a hipster? Anybody know? Michelle? Kevin? Dom? Robert? Ron? Jermeil? How do you drown a hipster? Do you know?
I don't know.
You throw them in the mainstream.
You throw them in the mainstream. But all right. Soul, tell us a joke.
What did the gym bro say to the girl that stood him up 3 times?
Say it again.
What did the gym bro say to the girl that stood him up 3 times?
Anybody know? Raise your hand. Coleman?
No. What?
Why didn't we work out?
But So you were saying Jim. I couldn't hear the word Jim. Okay.
I've got allergies, man. I'm a little congested right now.
Oh, good. Let's do one more. Let's redeem you guys. Coleman, one more.
Why can't you explain any puns to a kleptomaniac?
Why can you not explain any puns to a kleptomaniac? Anybody know? And here's something that'll make it funnier for the two of you on stage. Sol, I want you to say the most outrageous answer that's so far off. We're going to laugh at the craziness of how off you are for the answer. So I want you to ask the question again, Coleman, and say it to Sol, and Sol's going to say the answer back to you. Okay, here we go. Deliver it to Sol.
Why can't you explain any jokes to a kleptomaniac?
Because they steal the show?
That's good. No, because I always take things literally.
Ah!
All right, let's get out of this. Let's go back to our group view. So you guys see how that works when you play the room together and you're in the room and you guys, and your ability to say the wrong answer is funny.
Awesome.
And that's, so never go like, I don't know the answer. Say the wrong answer. And it makes it funny. So just a little.
Bon appetit. This is us going up our jokes saying bon appetit.
Yes. All right, let's go to Dom. Dom, do you have your harmonica?
I do not right now. It's currently packed away for Michigan.
Do you have another guitar, or do you have any other instrument there?
Other instrument, I can whip out a guitar.
Yep. I throw you guys under the bus all the time. You know, when you're on my show, you always got to be ready for anything.
We run upstairs and grab my good one. Do you want me to do any switching before I run up?
Yeah, switch it to who's here? Switch it to Kevin Gallagher. Kevin and I.
Okay, Kevin, do you want a room?
Sure. Put us in a room.
Okay. Tony, I just have to switch out Ron for Kevin, and we'll be good to go.
And Michelle is going to potentially perform. I see. I got a nice little text from her. See, that's what happens when you guys show up. You get inspired. So, Mr. Gallagher, how are you, sir? You're on mute. Frame myself.
Word.
Listen to what I teach. All right. So you're a voiceover specialist. You've been working on dialects and accents for a long time. Can you do a couple of them for us? Anything you particularly? I'm going to interview you, and I want you to be a character.
Let me. Okay. Which one would you like?
Your call. You just go into a character right now, and I'm going to interview you. All right, guys, put your hands together. Welcome to the Hollywood Review. Today we got Mr. Allen. Mr. Allen, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing very fine. Thank you very much.
Are you from France?
Oui.
Oui, oui. So what are you doing here in America?
Oh, I'm over here. I want to be a waiter at a French restaurant.
Oh, do you know the waiter joke about there's no fork on the table? Do you know that joke?
Yes, I do. I do not like it.
Could you tell me that joke? Because you're not allowed to fork on the table. I cannot have a fork on the table. Do you know that joke?
It's a very long time. I since I know that. So.
Let's do it next week. All right, do another character for us, Kevin. So you guys put your hands together. Welcome to Hollywood View. We have Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith, how you doing today?
He's doing good, comrade.
Have we gone to Russia or are we in Ukraine? Where are we at today?
Yes, Moscow.
Moscow. So what are you doing today? Are you spying on us, getting information, or what are you doing? Obviously something very important over there is going on. He must have something that he's going to show us. Yes, costume. You have costume. Oh, it must be very cold in Russia.
Yes, very cold. Very cold, comrade.
Do you drink vodka? Does the vodka keep you warm?
Of course. All Russians drink vodka.
Nostrovia.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's switch it to another character. We're gonna rip through these, Kev. Can you? What's your? I know you do a pirate. You do a really good pirate.
Arr.
That's his pirate. All right. He was actually on the Teen's Choice Award with Dane Cook.
What do you want her now, matey? What do
I
you
want to know
want?
how you booked the role with Dane Cook on a major network and a major show called the Teen Choice Awards. How'd you book the role?
I was supposed to be an extra part, mate.
And what happened?
And they said, there's one speaking role. And so the line was Teen Choice 2006 Ho. So I went,
And how did you deliver it?
Teen Choice 2006 Ho!
And you rode in on a moving ship that they brought into the
Yeah.
sound stage. I mean, it was a big deal. So you guys look it up, Kevin Gallagher, Teen Choice Awards, and you'll see it was a pretty huge opportunity. Well, Kevin, thank you for helping me fill this time as we were waiting for Dom, and Dom is back now. So Dom, you pick your stage. Oh, I love your stage, your background. That's awesome. Dom, you pick your own background and go ahead and play us a less than 2-minute tune with your background. This is Domenic. He is our musical relief. You're on mute, Dom. You're the stage director. You're scaring me.
So a 35-minute tune. Okay.
Right. His parents traveled with the Grateful Dead, so he's used to the long versions. All right. We're all cool. All right. Take us. This is a good one. Take us away.
Well, I'm gonna spread you all out a little bit. Gonna kind
Too
of.
close. Social distancing. You having fun, Rob?
Rob, I'm throwing you all around the room. Please don't get dizzy and sue me. Yeah, a little bit of a pyramid going on here.
All
Pyramid.
right. We're almost done with the show, guys. We're gonna wrap up here in a second. I appreciate your time. It's the only thing you guys can't get back is your time. When you share it with us, it means a lot. So thank you so much. All right. Take it away, Dom.
Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to arrive. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly, into the heart of a dark black night. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to be free. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly, into the heart of a dark black night.
Yeah, Dom, big round of applause. Dom, the man with many talents, and we're honored to have him as the stage director. And he's actually an actor. He's a really good actor. We're working on his comedic timing, his ability to be big, energetic, robust, funny, physical. And these are all the things that we're working out with Dom.
And
Dom, I appreciate
me and
What?
Holden, I just wrote a piece for me and Holden for tomorrow, so show up tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Same time, same place, same link.
Little, I guess I can give you a little bit of a teaser. There's going to be pie involved.
Oh, no. Are you going there? Groucho Marx on us?
Oh, I'm going there.
Love it. Three Stooges. This is going to be fun. All right, you guys. Michelle's going to do a little piece for us, and we're going to wrap up with a joke from Soul and Coleman. And I'm going to say bye to our guest afterwards. And that will wrap up our show pretty much right on time. So let's put Michelle. There you go. Michelle, whenever you're ready, you take it away.
He wants to marry me. He wants me to have his babies. I want to marry him. I want to have his babies. You think that I can't have healthy babies, Mama? Well, I can. I am as strong as an ox. I've worked in that store and taken care of you since I was 12 years old. That's how strong I am, Mama. Like steel. But isn't that how our babies are supposed to be? They are going to be stronger than we were because I will teach them to be strong. Not to grow up and run away or never visit when they're older, or not be able to breathe because they're so frightened. And never, ever to make them spend the rest of their lives rubbing my back and my legs. Because you never had anyone around you who loved you enough, who wanted to touch you. Because you made it so clear that you never wanted to be touched with love, Mama. Do you know what it's like to touch steel, Mama? It's hard and it's cold. I'm gonna be warm and soft with my babies. See, I need to love somebody who will love me back before I die. And see, Mama, I know you're scared. And if you give that to me, I promise you that you will never, ever have to worry about being alone because you'll have me and you'll have my husband and all our babies who will show you love. Mama, give that to me. Louis, tell her how wonderful that'll be. Kurt, wouldn't that make her so very, very happy? Mama, I need you to say yes. Please, just say yes to this. Okay.
There you go. How do you feel?
My heart's pounding.
Right? Because you didn't know you were going to do this tonight.
No, I had no clue.
But you do way better when you don't overthink it.
Yeah.
I'm happy when you don't overthink it because then you're allowed the emotions to come through and it's not sterile and it's raw and we don't know where you're going to go. You don't even know where you were going to go.
No.
Right? And there was one last line, wasn't there, where you said, just somebody hold me?
Yeah.
That's okay.
I wasn't feeling it.
Good.
I wasn't feeling saying it, so I just ended it there.
Good. I'm glad. If it's not real, don't do it. We don't fake in acting. We don't act in acting. We respond and we're emotional. Let's go to our guest celebrity coaches today. Let's go to Robert Wax. Mr. Rob Wax. How are you, sir?
Great. Hold on a second. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we sure can.
Okay.
So I'm really happy you're here. I've wanted you to be one of our guests for a long, long time, but you're so busy directing and producing and writing and making music and the whole 9 yards. But I got you. What are your thoughts today of the whole show and of Michele, of course?
Well, let's talk about Michele first.
Yeah.
That's right in my mind. Wow, when you've got this wonderful smile, and at the beginning, I never thought you'd be able to go where you went at the middle, which was really a great turnaround. And I'm sure I'm not saying anything that everybody in this room didn't respond to as well. Because it was, you know, at the beginning, the platitudes and the smile and that, it felt very natural. And I thought, okay, I'm here. I know where this character is, right? And then when it takes a dark turn, you feel that. And the intensity, actually, I was like, wow, I didn't, you know, it showed how well you set up the beginning for me to not expect what happened in the middle. Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I didn't realize, how can I word this? We've not spoken before, so I don't know you as a person. So I didn't realize how good the beginning was until I got to the middle. And then I was like, where is the person that was at the beginning? Because, and then when she came back at the end, you know, it was a cool morphing where I thought, I just wasn't sure. I wasn't sure at the beginning if that was you or a character.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got to the middle, I realized that was a character, right? And this is the journey of the characters. Does that make sense?
It does.
So you kind of fooled me at the beginning, which I liked, because it made what happened in the middle made me appreciate what happened at the beginning and at the end more. So great job on that. I hope that isn't too.
No, it's perfect, because this is how directors talk, and they need to understand how to listen to directors. And you're an actor as well, obviously, but definitely a director. And you're an artist. I mean, you've been making music forever, and he's a pretty good looking dude. And so I'm sure he's done some modeling in his day as well. And he's in great shape for 21, so forever. Thank you, Rob. Let's bring in Ron. Ron, from an editor standpoint, and I'm sure you're a director as well, and you've done a lot of stuff. Hollywood and Michigan. Any thoughts? And we're talking about character types, you know, typecasting, and she and I are working on some different typecasting where I could see her easily be picked up as her typecast. So we're going to work on some of that later. But from your perspective, what did you see?
Yeah, I don't pretend to know. I think actors like directors who know where they're coming from, I guess. You know, there's a tendency to George Lucas it where you're just kind of like, yeah, fine, and you don't really communicate what you want to the talent very well. And I think it's really important, if you're going to be a storyteller, to have some basis of understanding of what the actor's going through and what they're doing. And what I took away from just watching your monologue is how important hooks are. And I'm looking at it more as from a writing standpoint, or as an editor, you're kind of watching, you know, as an actor, you try so many different things. An editor has all the raw data or film from that. So you're looking at the bad takes, or they're bad because maybe, you know, a line flub or whatnot, but you're looking for these little moments where you transcend the actor on set with the lighting and hitting their marks, and you see the character do things. And that's all editing is the jigsaw puzzle of like, that moment worked. And, you know, you did the same read here, but maybe something didn't line up, or, you know, you're just looking for all those little moments. And that was a powerful monologue read, and it was full of hooks. And I love a hook where you've grabbed someone's attention for at least 30 seconds, and then you just keep doing that. And, you know, for storytelling and like video games, I think a video game needs to keep your interest peaked, and your monologue did that very well. I thought, so I was constantly wondering where this was going, and wondering if it was from Carrie for a minute, that I didn't know what story it was from, but I really enjoyed it. So yeah, that's my viewpoint as an editor, is you know, we just try to help you with the performance as much as we can. And I'm always looking for, like, that was just full of moments of like, oh, that really worked. I'm following this character now. It's not just an actor giving a read. So that's well done.
Thank you, Ron. Appreciate it. So some good advice for you, Michelle, and the rest of our students here. So we always try to bring in people that are working in the industry that give you guys, from their perspective, what could help you guys work better on set. So Michelle, very good. I'm glad you performed. I know you're a little under the weather, but I'm really glad you stepped up and rose to the occasion. Carpe diem. So, all right, thank you. All right, guys, we're getting close to wrapping up. Let's get one of our wacky stages, Dom, and let's put our two comedians, Sol and Coleman, back in for their last joke. This is the end of the Muppets Old Men. I don't know if you guys remember the name of those two characters. Anybody know the name of those two characters? Anybody old enough to remember that?
I do not. I was thinking more of the two chess guys from Pixar in that short
Oh,
film.
go for it. That's your subtext. That's your character, your backstory. All right, guys. So we're gonna put you in some wacky room, whatever Dom picks, some wacky room. If you're gonna do that, put us all in the pictures, or a couple of us in the pictures, and we're gonna have you guys tell us some jokes once we get the frames full. There we go. All right, one more. Let's put. There we go. All right, guys. Coleman, tell me a joke.
What's the best part about Switzerland?
What is the best part about Switzerland? Anybody know?
Is it the Swiss cheese displays?
There we go.
It's very good. No, I don't know, but its flag is a plus.
Oh.
All right, now hit him back with your joke. So hit him back and deliver it to him, and he responds off, and then you pick it up. So get your timing down. Ready and go.
What is the unfortunate pig's name?
And you repeat it, Coleman.
What is the unfortunate pig's name?
Yeah.
Popo?
Nah, man. Chris P. Bacon.
Oh, right. One more, Coleman. Now you hit him back. Get your timing down, guys. Get your rhythm. Look at each other and go.
I am not good at coming up with the jokes on the spot. We kind of try to split.
Okay, are you guys out of jokes? That's fine.
It's gonna cost you $5, man, for another. We've reached our budget point.
No worries. Let's put. There's some money from Dom. Put our hands together for our little comedians. Putting them on the spot, teaching them comedic timing. Very good, guys. I'm really happy you guys showed up. I know you're going through a lot, Coleman, and so I know you're getting ready to go to Africa and you're working on your show and you got a lot of things going. So for you guys to show up and focus when all this other stuff in your world's crazy, we leave our baggage at the door. We show up, do our job, and we go grab the baggage if you want, or just leave it and continue on with your day. But the point is, no matter what's going on in your life, when you're on stage, you got to be focused for that moment that you're on stage and then go back to the crazy world. All of us have some sort of crazy life we're living, but you wouldn't know it unless you read the tabloids, of course, or listen to TMZ or whatever they're telling you. But when our actors are on stage, you do the work and you struggle through it, or you don't, or you find the character's backstory, or you use it. You use it in your scenes and it becomes very powerful. So you guys, I congratulate you on the success of your careers. I commend you on showing up no matter what. And you guys were funny today. I really enjoyed watching you. So big round of applause for you too. Yeah.
Thank you.
Guys, so let me wrap out with our two celebrity guests. Let me talk to them. So the three of us will be in. You can put us in a wacky room if you want. I don't care. Dom, our stage director, thank you so much, Dom. I appreciate you. So we're going to bring in Robert, we're going to bring in Ron, and we're going to let them go back to their editing. And you guys can actually use the stage once we're off the air if you want to continue editing. It's entirely up to you. I offer you the stage for your work. But let's get them in, Dom. All right. So I'm just being lazy because I had my editing clothes on. I'm just being totally chill. Hat, need a haircut. But we had to take a break from editing because we needed to share our wisdom with these young actors that are coming to our stage weekly, and they have for the last year and a half during COVID. But what was your experience of witnessing some of these young people? It was definitely a variety show, right? Comedy, music, acting, and improv. But Rob, what were some of your experiences? I didn't tell you what you were involved in. You had no idea.
Yeah, no, this is great. It's really neat to have a community. I don't know how many of these people show up at the same time, but it's neat to develop a community where you develop these relationships and this mutual understanding of respect where each person is, and what they're working on. I think that's cool. So I love that. I'd like to see, I don't know, like, is it usually the same people, or is
Never.
it switched out each time? Okay.
Always different. I mean, you never know what you're going to get on a Wednesday, but it's always fun. It's always something new. I never know what we're going to get. They all take my privates, and then we hope that they've done the work, and then sometimes they even show up with prepared work, not from the private class they took, but they just took a risk, and then such as Michelle, and just said, you know what, I'm feeling this today.
Yeah,
And
that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
I love that. I think it's good. So often you feel detached now more than ever, but to be able to build a community like this is something special, and it's neat that you're reaching, you're not staying local, right? You're mentioning people in different areas, because we all have these passions and these drives to kind of explore this new space, and to have each person be able to do that in their own way is very cool. So, kudos to you for setting that up and bringing these people together. That's very cool.
I enjoyed it. They were my savior during COVID. You guys really saved me, and I appreciate you.
I can see why.
Robert, if you have a link of any videos, any music that you want to put in the chat, Dom would gladly play that at the end of this showcase, and it would be exposure to some of my producers and some of my friends, your music videos. If you have anything you can share, just think about it. And if you do, just put it in the chat. And if you don't, you don't have to. Let's go to Ron. How are you, sir?
Good. Yeah, I didn't know we were editing, and now we're in the show. And I got to say, I have a lot of respect for all these guys. And, not that I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up. And I've been doing television for 2 decades now. But I will say, if I've learned anything, and if I have any smidgen of success, is just how important networking is, and being on your game and just treating everybody with respect. You just don't know who you're going to run into, who's going to become somebody that can help you out. And I've really tried since, I worked at a little TV. I started in children's theater when I was 12 years old, and I learned light rigging. And only because I did that, because my mom helped out with set design, I did some acting, I did Shakespeare, and I'm terrible at it, but I learned what, working with actors and what actors go through, and I thought that was an important background to what I went. But that just was the catalyst for me working in television. And if you were in Michigan, Stratton Cameras, this huge band, were a big resource for renting film equipment and all that stuff. I'm not related to those guys at all. But just working with Lon, who works that, like, there's name recognition there that I was able to start working with them. And from there I went to the Discovery Channel, and little people that I've met throughout the way have come back. And I got that gig in LA because of a coworker, and I worked on Batman v Superman and a couple other Michigan projects that were really big. And it was all because call Ron, he turned that in really quick. Or it was great working with him on that 48-hour film festival we did. It's the only reason I got work like that. It's because I made friends who thought of me when they had opportunities, and vice versa. So hopefully I can return the favor for somebody else like that someday. So.
Oh, I look forward to working with you, because like I said, you are fast, you're efficient, you don't argue with the director. You just are a pleasure to work with. So I really see you doing well out here in Hollywood too. And since everything's online anyways, you could be anywhere in the world and do what you're doing right now. So
it's amazing. I've got a fiber connection that has just been a lifesaver with. I've been turning around videos for people in Chicago and London, like just the things that working this way, the pandemic was such a hurdle, but the technology has stepped up to the plate really well. I've been busier than ever, and I'm very grateful for that. Just as far as freelancing goes, it's managed to work around this nonsense, which is great.
Well, look at what they're doing with Zoom. Zoom's just rising to the occasion. It's called the Liver Happiness Room. That's the room we're right now. So I didn't think we'd be in the boardroom, but we're in the boardroom. So you guys, it was such a pleasure to have you here. We really appreciate you giving your wise words back to the students here at BSA-LIVE. And
having us.
Anytime you guys want to come in, this link works, and just jump on and say hi to us, even if it's for 5 minutes. You never have to stay for the full show. We're grateful you do, but you never have to. So if you want to just say hi and bye, it's great exposure for you too, because the people that watch this you might get a job just because you're on this set. So you never know. Well, you guys, let's give them a big round of applause. Let's go back to our group view in the group view. And we're really grateful for everybody. Now, I don't know if Dom, if you were to find anything on the crashingcairo.com
You
site.
got the first thing that pops up when you click on it.
Is that okay, Robert, to play? All right. Why don't we show the video and then we're going to wrap up with Dom's got a little musical number. We'll do the credit roll and we'll call tonight. You guys, you're awesome. It was a quick, short, sweet, but awesome showcase once again here at BSA Live. I'm Teacher Tony, and it's always a pleasure to be able to do this every Wednesday. We're moving to Thursday, though. We're moving to Thursday.
Yes, we hope to see some of you on Thursday.
Yeah, tomorrow, same thing, but a different show. All right, Dom, let's show Robert Wax's Crashing Cairo.
Nobody's home. Microwave is on the floor. We just need to be left alone. All the pounding on the door. Sirens on the street, they're calling up the walls. They are rising like the heat, stinging through the building's hall.
Right, I always knew I'd get Johnny Depp on the show. Rob, that was amazing. I used to be your drummer. I mean, you've come a long, long way. Really honored to have you on the show. If you guys want to see more about Rob, just check out crashingcairo.com and it'll lead you all over the planet. He does a lot of stuff. He's very talented at everything he does. He's also was a school teacher and now he's involved. He's dealt with some kids on the spectrum. Let's talk a little bit about, I have a lot of spectrum kids in my other classes. So we'll wrap up, Rob, real quick to talk a little bit about your teaching and what you're doing as a give back.
Yeah, I right now I'm one of the many things I'm doing is I'm working as a transition coordinator. And a transition coordinator is a person that helps young adults between 18 and 26 find opportunities in the in different work experiences. So the neat thing was I had a student with Down syndrome that really is into music, and I was able to get him a position working at a theater, a music theater, and one of the highlights of his work was ushering for the band. Who did Bob? Hanson, right? Hanson, right?
Yep.
And so he got the opportunity to usher for them and absolutely loved it.
I love it.
That was a neat opportunity.
Well, not only are you a rock star and a great director and actor, but you're just a good guy, and you've been a friend of mine for well over 30 years. And thank you so much. So I can't be grateful enough for what you guys did today. So we're going to wrap this up here with Dom's going to play a little music. We're going to go into a credit roll, and then we're going to wrap the stage out, and you guys can have the stage back. We're going to finish editing your TV pilot, and really excited to be part of that as well. All right, guys, that's it. That wraps up. Thank you, everybody. You guys, great performances, great showcases, great words of wisdom. Always love having you back. You guys, join us anytime, every Wednesday, and now every Thursday. I'm Teacher Tony, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Yes, bye. Go
Thanks,
ahead.
Tony.
You want me to wrap out with some guitar?
Yeah, put us in the group view so you can we can enjoy your
We're in
music
group view.
together. All right, guys. You can have as much fun as you want in your Zoom box. And take it away. Yeah, you got a friend in me. Very good rendition by Domenic. We're very happy. You guys, take it away. Let's get that credit roll. Dom's doing double duty, triple duty, quadruple duty. He's going to run our stage, and we're going to run that little credit roll. Thanks, Dom. We'll see you next time. All right. Bye-bye, guys. Have a great evening. And this episode brought to you by Crashing Cairo. Make sure you check them out, download their music, let them know BSA-LIVE sent you. Crashing Cairo.
Hey guys, it's Kendall. Thank you so much for watching the show. Please make sure you check out our BSA channel and like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
All right, that's a wrap, everybody. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Yo.
See y'all next week.